Hi everybody, this is Laura. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Today I have a layout that I made using a much older My Creative Scrapbook kit. This kit was from August of 2022. I was away at a crop and I brought a number of kits that still had some life left in them, and I thought that I would make a layout using all of these strips of paper. And what inspired me was the sketch you see off to the left. That was a My Creative Scrapbook sketch. I had printed it out, and I was thinking that that would be a really great sketch for me to use because I love using strips of paper. So I was on my Girls Gone Scrappin' scrapbooking weekend, and I decided that I was going to use these strips of paper and also some of the leftover embellishments from this kit and create a layout. So whenever possible, I like to create elements that I can move around. I don't do really well with attaching things directly down to the page before I'm sure exactly where I'm going with them. So I took another piece of paper and I drew some straight lines on it. Those help to guide me in placing the strips of paper down, just in case a strip of paper isn't perfectly straight. If I don't have those lines drawn, sometimes I can throw off the whole thing and then I have a bunch of crooked pieces of paper. So those lines really help to guide me. I'm going to mount all of the strips on this piece of black paper. I like the contrast between the strips of paper, which are mainly very light in color, and the black background. And then I'm going to have two photos for this layout, and I'm going to be using these two frames. Now I'm going to gut this piece of paper. I know that I'm going to need some black paper to use behind the frames because I could see that those frames just match in with the strips of paper, and I want there to be a little bit of contrast. So I'm figuring out where I can cut a piece and it won't show. And now that I've gutted the paper, I'm attaching my strips down to what's left of my background paper. And I was very careful to only put the adhesive along the edges. Sometimes I'll forget when I gut a piece of paper and I'll put adhesive over the entire back of whatever it is I'm attaching down. And then I end up with kind of a mess, and the back of my layout is extremely sticky, in which case I often have to put another piece of paper behind it. So this time I remembered. Well, before I make mats for my frames, I'm inking the inside and outside edges. And I also wanted to mention, although I showed it, but I didn't talk about it, I ink the edges of every one of those strips of paper. And I think that it makes a big difference and just makes the layout look better overall because it provides a little bit of separation between each of the strips of paper. And I think that that really helps to be able to appreciate each pattern on each strip of paper. I just love the way that that looks. Once I forgot to ink the edges of strips of paper and I really didn't like it as much. So that's my preference. I think it looks cool. And to ink the edges, I use Distress ink in black soot. Over to the left are the embellishments that I had left over after I made a number of layouts, at least 4 layouts with this kit. So I'm going to be choosing from those for the embellishments for this layout. And you can see there are plenty left. So I had a lot to choose from. So now I'm attaching my frames down to the mats. I am making it so that I can go back and add photos, so I don't put adhesive all the way around the outside. I just add it enough that I can attach that frame down and later on go back and add a photo. I had the photos that I wanted to use in mind, but I don't always remember to bring everything on a crop. Sometimes I pack efficiently and sometimes I don't pack quite as efficiently, but also sometimes I change my mind about what I want to do. But I never let it stop me from making a layout because of course you can always add photos later. Here I'm adding some thick white cardstock to the back of the frames. The black cardstock that I use, I don't know if it was even cardstock. It might have just been like a piece of all black pattern paper and it wasn't very sturdy. So I wanted to give the photo frames a little bit more strength. So I added that paper. And I think that's something that I just like to do. I don't like it when any elements on my layouts sag even a little bit. I like them to be very sturdy. So I will add cardstock to elements on my layouts a lot. Like I said, I don't think it's totally necessary, but it's something that I like to do. But now I'm using some pieces from the kit and I'm creating some layers behind the frames. 49 and Market, they frequently add layering pieces and also tabs to their ephemera packs. So you could see that I'm making use of those on both of those frames. And then I wanted to pop up both of the pictures on some foam. So I cut out a piece of foam and I'm going to attach that down behind this frame, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. And with a really brightly colored foam like this, I want to make sure that the foam won't be visible on the layout, especially such a subtle layout with so many earth tones. I definitely don't want bright orange to be visible. So I'm cutting it back a little bit from the edge so that it won't be visible. So I had to take the embellishments away when I added foam to the back of the frame, and now I'm returning those embellishments to their position, and then I'm adding a little bit more foam behind the embellishments so that everything will be popped up. So then I moved on to the other frame. You can see that I trimmed one of the mats a little bit just so that it would go more along the border of the frame. That one is a little irregularly shaped, and I thought it would look better if the frame mat followed the frame. And I did a little bit of that on the other frame too. I just think that it makes the black mat look like it goes a little bit more. And then I trimmed it down a little bit. It looked a little bit too thick in some spots. Well, I wanted to include this tab on the photo in the upper right-hand corner, and it moves around quite a bit. I think that initially I had it on the side, and I kind of like it on the side, but then I added some embellishments there, so I had to end up moving it. But I think that it looks nice to have one tab at the top and one tab at the side. It just didn't end up working out that way. So now I'm attaching my photos down to the background, putting some ATG on the back of the foam, and I will have to add some wet glue to make those permanently attached down to the layout, but right now I'm not ready to commit to attaching them down permanently to the page. I always like to have the option to move things around a little bit, and I usually do. And I wanted to mention that this sketch was made by Laura Creates. I'll put the information about her Instagram account in the description box. And I followed the sketch fairly closely. I have a different number of photos, but that's an easy adaptation to make. And I think that this was a really inspirational sketch for me, and I've used this idea many times since copying this sketch. So although I don't have my photos with me, I knew that I was going to use some photos of Eastern State Penitentiary. It's a place in Philadelphia that used to be a prison, a very old prison dating back to the 1600s, I believe. And it's in very dilapidated condition, but it is just a really cool place to go, and I am really in love with the pictures that we took there. So I'm picking out embellishments that might have a little bit of a dark look to them. Like, I really like those black butterflies. I remember I tried to use them on a different layout. That's why they already have some splatters on them. But I was trying to use them on a layout where the photos were more bright and cheery, and they just didn't match. But I think they match perfectly with this layout. And then also, because there's so much decay, I feel like mushrooms are a good embellishment as well, because a lot of times we see mushrooms in areas where things are kind of breaking down and decaying. So I thought that those embellishments went well. I also have a sentiment that says priceless memories with another one of those black butterflies on top of it. And I don't know about you, but I really love when I find a home for an embellishment that I either struggled to use on another layout or that I've had hanging around for a long time. So I was really happy to find a place for those butterflies. And then I also thought it would be fine to add some brightly colored elements too. So most of the layout has muted colors, but I'm going to add a few touches of yellow. Right now I have the yellow butterfly at the top of the layout, and I'm also going to add a few more yellow embellishments to the page. So now I'm adding some foam to the back of the sentiment priceless memories, because it's going to rest on the edge of the frame on the lower left. I had to put some foam on the back so that it would sit correctly on the page, otherwise it would be tilted. And I have to say, this visit to Eastern State Penitentiary really did create some priceless memories for my family. It's one of the things that we talk about all the time. It might sound like an odd place to visit, but there was something about it that was just so intriguing. And the history of the prison was just so interesting, and learning about all the different stages of the philosophy of how the prisoners should be treated. Some of the history was crazy. So if I'm remembering correctly, one of the first philosophies was they didn't want people to see each other in the prison and be able to recognize each other as fellow inmates when they got out of prison, because they wanted people to kind of have a clean slate once they left. So none of the prisoners were able to see each other, which I think is kind of crazy, and probably drove the prisoners a little bit crazy for not being able to see people the entire time they were in prison. So we learned a lot, and visually it's just an incredibly cool place. One of the pictures that I include on this layout is a handrail or a banister on a staircase that has so much scroll work, and it's crazy how much craftsmanship was put into this prison staircase railing, and the quality of things back then was just incredible. So for the layout, I moved the two black butterflies down to the bottoms of the pictures so that I could tuck some of these floral embellishments behind them. And you could see here now that I'm back at home, and now I have my photo. So here's that photograph of the banister or the handrail. I just think that it's so cool. And even though it's so many years old, it's still surviving and not in the best condition, but we could still appreciate it. And then the other photo is of the back of a staircase. And you could see how the staircase itself and then all the walls around it are just so dilapidated, and all the paint is peeling in big sheets off of the wall, and it just creates a cool look. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but my family thought that it was absolutely amazing. So I didn't bring my date stamp with me on the crop, but now I'm able to stamp the date, which was way back in 2016. I think it's time for another trip there. Now I'm adding some jewels to the centers of the butterflies. I'm using some Studio G self-adhesive gems. And I've since learned that when putting this many gems on a page, that I like to put some glossy accents behind them to make sure that they stay attached permanently. And because I didn't do that, I could see that a number of gems are missing on my layout right now. I'm going to have to go back and add some new ones. But I think that that little added security of having a wet adhesive hold gems down to the page is a good idea, because over time, things tend to fall off the page. For the large butterflies, I put some medium-sized gems going all the way down the center. And then for the smaller butterflies up on the top, I varied the size of the jewels. So I have bigger ones at the top, and then I put smaller ones going down the rest of the butterflies. And then for this small black butterfly that's on the sentiment, I just use some really small jewels to make a line going down the bottom of it. Now I want to add some splatters to my page, so I'm taking some various scraps and protecting my photos, and then adding some splatters of watered down white acrylic paint. And I'm letting the splatters go wherever they go, other than the photos. I'm letting them go on the pattern paper and also on the black background and on the embellishments too. And I think that it just kind of helps to bring everything in the layout together. So this layout reminds me that if I have a kit that's mainly used up, but not totally, if I put some time between when I use it the first time and when I take a look at it again, I can be re-inspired to use the scraps and the leftovers from that kit to create a new layout. I think it's very motivating to do that. And here I didn't even have any large pieces of pattern paper. I just put the scraps together, and there's so many different ways to use scraps, and there are a lot of sketches out there to help you. And I never mentioned that the papers that were featured in this kit were the Bo Bunny Beautiful Things collection and the 49 and Market Curator's Meadow collection. Both are really beautiful, and they worked really well together. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're ever in the Philadelphia area and you would like to, I recommend checking out Eastern State Penitentiary. I will be back with another video very soon. I hope that you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you again. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.